Hey guys, it's Dianne J, licensed realtor in Scottsdale, Arizona and Puerto Penasco, Rocky Point, Mexico. So today I'm here to talk to you about Clyne and The Peacemakers January Jam. So if you guys have seen my video, the top 5 events in Rocky Point or Puerto Penasco, Mexico, you know that Clyne and The Peacemakers is number 1, and there's a reason for that. Of the 5 top events, I looked at it like, how is this event impacting the community and the charities that they serve? So that's why not only is this the top event for many other reasons that we're going to go into, but it's the top event because they serve the community and the people here and impact the community by bringing in their fans and creating income for the people. So who is Clyne? I'm going to tell you a little bit about how it began. I'm going to give you their website and how to get more information on the internet. We're going to go over the event and then a little bit about what to expect when you come down to Mexico for the event. I welcome you guys. Thank you for coming in and joining me to learn a little bit more about Clyne and The Peacemakers January Jam. And check out my video, the top of 5 events in Mexico, to see what else is happening down here. But right now, let's talk about January Jam. This year, the dates are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 13th, 14th, and 15th of Martin Luther King weekend, coming up in 2 weeks. So how did an event like this come about? I know that's kind of fun to learn the history behind it. So if you go to januaryjam.net, it's going to tell you the whole story, but in a nutshell, in 2008, Roger came down with his band and they had an hours-long recording session. And then on the flip side, they compiled happy hours, video from all their different events, and photos, and really brought together the experience for all the fans because it really is like a family. The recording was called Turbo Ocho, meaning 8 like epic hours, turbo, on the recording side. So also the next day after the recording, went over to JJ's and invited all their fans to come in for a live show of the new album. And that's how history began. They've been coming down every year now to have this epic event in January. And then they follow it up with Circus Mexicus in the summer. So what's going to happen at this event? Again, I encourage you to go to januaryjam.net for all of the schedule, and remember to get your tickets in advance because it probably will sell out. There are 10 bands and there's 4 venues this year. Can you imagine organizing 10 bands over 4 venues? We know the rock stars behind the scene take care of all that for Clyne and The Peacemakers. The venues this year are Banditos, Chongos, Manny's, and Al Capone's. And the bands start at 10:30 in the morning and they go till around 9 at night. So this is 3 solid packed days that when they say party like a rock star, you are going to be part of that special event. So like I said at the beginning, this is also one of the largest charity events in the year for this community. This is first because of the sheer amount of donations that are given by the fans and the income that it brings in for accommodations, the bars and restaurants in this community. It's huge. And all the vendors, because there's vendors on the beach that benefit, the vendors at the show. So what you're gonna do at each of the events, you can buy raffle tickets. That all of those funds will go directly to the community. They auction off really super cool stuff, special events, VIP events, memorabilia. A lot of the fans make custom jewelry. There's just lots of little things that you can bid on and put in your raffle for. So be sure to buy your raffle tickets. That's huge for the success of this event for the community. So the last thing I want to go over is some facts about what it's like to attend an event like this. We know you're driving from somewhere into Puerto Penasco, Rocky Point, Mexico. And if it's your first time, it's going to be an experience. And we want to make it so that it's a little bit familiar to you, so that it's not scary or unsettling. We want you to be relaxed. We want you to come in and enjoy yourself. So number one is the location. We are in Puerto Penasco, Rocky Point, Mexico. So we are 3.5 hours south of Phoenix and Tucson. I have another video that you can watch about that route between the two and places you can stop and refresh yourself, use the restroom, or get gas. But it's a really easy route. You take the 85 south and you'll get to the border at Lukeville, Arizona. So when you get to Lukeville, there's a little gas station, there's a post office, there's a duty-free shop if you wanted to buy some extra tequila before you go in, and you're gonna cross the border at Lukeville. So you're gonna see the border wall going across as you're going south. US border crossing will be on your left. There's gonna be a lane, there's actually 2 lanes, but usually only one is open. And you'll go through a little tent covering. And then when you get to the Mexico border, they're gonna have a little lane. You wait for the car in front of you to go, and that car will either get a red light or a green light. If they get the green light, they just go straight and you continue on through Sonoita. If you get a red light, you just pull over. They wanna see your license and registration, and then they're going to just ask if they'll search your car a little bit. They'll look in your glove compartment. They're actually looking for guns and ammo. They're illegal in Mexico. Do not bring a gun, an ammo, a clip, or even an empty shell casing, because you will be detained, and that would ruin your January Jam weekend. It's a beautiful drive. The road is good. There's wide shoulders. If you go down during a really busy time, there might be a lot of people passing. So drive with care, be mellow. One special place along the route between Sonoita and Puerto Penasco is mile marker 13, kilometer 13 in Mexico. That's a special place where fans stop. They put some stickers on the kilometer sign. There might be some special gifts left there. Sometimes there's VIP tickets. So be sure to stop and get your picture at mile marker 13 after you cross the border. Excuse me, I keep saying mile marker because that's US. Kilometer 13. So then there's a few little housekeeping items that you're gonna wanna be aware of. Make your accommodations ahead of time. There's tons of sites. Just put condos in Mexico, houses in Mexico. If you need a connection, if you want someone to book this for you, message me, because I have a friend who does bookings. You want to get Mexico auto insurance. You can get this in Y, you can get it in Ajo, you can get it in Gila Bend, you can get it online. It's really simple, but it's about $40 for the weekend. But you want to have this because basically in Mexico, when there's an accident, let's say 2 cars hit and this guy's at fault and it happens to be you. They want to determine accountability before you get to leave the scene of the accident, or sometimes they'll take somebody to the police station to make sure they have insurance. But this is basically what we call your get out of jail free card. First, there's going to be an accident, frowns, anger. As soon as those police know you have your Mexico auto insurance, those frowns turn to smiles and they know everything's going to be okay. So be sure to get your Mexico auto insurance. That's not a joke. You need it. The currency in Mexico, is obviously pesos, but down here, there's a real hybrid of pesos and dollars. I recommend bringing enough cash because you're going to need cash for the cabs. If you're at the major bars, you can use a credit card for your food and drinks, but you'll want to tip in cash because you don't want your servers to have to convert and get that money back taxed from the owner. You can exchange pesos at a lot of different places here, but for like vendors and tipping, things like that, it's good to tip in pesos. Then let's see. The last thing I wanted to go over is what to bring and, of course, what not to bring. We all know the news lately about bringing weed pens and things like that abroad. Don't bring it here. It's not legal here, and if you partake, you can get it here. Don't bring any drugs across the border with you. It's really serious here, and again, you don't want to be detained at the border. Even if you were able to explain it or make arrangements, you might be detained days. So that's going to ruin your trip. We don't want that to happen. So don't bring drugs with you. The other thing is guns and ammo. And I talked about that before, but I can't reiterate enough. I have really smart friends who came across with a clip in their car. One person's going to be detained and it's going to ruin their trip. The other person was sent back and told, go check it at a locker. If for some reason you forget your weapon or any of your ammo in the car, there are lockers at Lukeville at the little gas station there, okay? So don't fret, don't worry, but check it at the border. Don't cross the border with guns and ammo. You don't want to ruin your trip. So what to bring? Bring some sunscreen, some flip-flops. At this time of year, a lot of times it's chilly as soon as the sun goes down, so you're going to want to have a blanket, or better yet, buy a blanket from one of the vendors that you can carry around with you, wrap around you. Bring comfortable clothes. This really is a fun concert, guys. It's all ages. You can bring your kids. They're going to start making memories. We have grandparents and friends who are past retirement age that have come to the concert. I brought friends and clients with me that came to the concert for the first time in June, and they're in their 80s and they loved it. This is such a fun concert. It's really like family. The venue is comfortable. They have tables. You can sit in the grass with chairs. So we would love for you guys to come down for January Jam. And if you want more information, please don't hesitate to contact me. I've been down here for 7 years. My husband is one of the owners of Al Capone's Pizzeria and Seafood, and he's been down here 15 plus. So we have a lot of knowledge of this area, and we can answer any questions you have. So we welcome you this year to January Jam. Join us, and we can't wait to see you at the concert.